Hello everyone and welcome to episode 10 of the Redshift Realm series. So today we have been working on Canal Village, which is just over there, about 700 blocks away. So we're going to continue work on that today. We've already made a few houses and we're going to make some more decorations, houses, all of that kind of stuff. But first we need to get over there, and there's two different ways of getting there, but they both start in the same way. So let's hop on a boat and leave the Bay Area.
That's right. In this episode, it'll be the first one to have a dual POV. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy the trainway by the Great Orient Road that we built recently, and Sam is going to go via boat. Sorry. He's gonna sail into the new docks that we built. So
Exactly. And by the way, for the new viewers of the series, we hope the aim of the series is basically to make calmer, not so edited episodes that you can watch every week. So sit back and relax to enjoy this nostalgic feeling episode of the Redshift series, where we make even more progress on our excellent realm.
that is correct.
You can see on the right here the start of the Great Orient Road, this inn here. And what we're going to find as we come around here, this canal, which is what is Canal Village named after, is actually very old in our realm, because it used to be a long. We used to go to Canal Village a lot to collect villagers, and took a long time to go around this headland, so that's why this canal was so essential.
Exactly. And now, even though we don't use Canal Village for the villagers, we still have a canal there just to get past this massive bit of mainland.
Exactly. So I'm just going to park up on the docks, and then Chris will begin his journey.
All right, now I'm coming up to the start of the Great Orient Road as well. But I'm not going to go through the canal around there. I'm going to park up at the inn, at our docks at the inn. Get black, walk in, close the door, obviously. Walk upstairs, just a little passageway into the Great Orient Road. Just up here, into the main section. Now I'm going to go to the train station and show the second way of getting into Canal Village. Either rail is fine. Click the right rail this time. And we just wait. Admire the views. Got the villager castle over there. Got our new houses. You can see the start of it. Got a massive canyon over there. Got at the back there. You could just about see Sky City there. Can you hop off here? We can send this back the way it came to the end. Awesome.
Indeed.
So this
Lovely job there.
is Canal Village refurbished and renewed. It looked
Well,
atrocious
partly.
before. Yeah. But right now it's looking fresh. We've got designs, we've got decorations. It's looking realistic. Obviously this cliff here. This cliff is a bit bare. But our dock is looking nice and fresh. All these houses.
Exactly.
They've got the same villager style to it, with the furnaces and stuff, and the beds and the whole village feel, but completely different to a village house as well. Like, it just looks so
Exactly.
fresh. And obviously over here we'll have like the massive galley ship, because in the obviously the realm lore, this village is famous for fishing, lots of fish in the water, and for mining the trees. You've got trees over there.
There's forest behind
We
the
did a
hills.
forest. All of this is forested up here, but we did kind of decimate it. Who
We also,
cares?
of course, forgot about the third method of getting to Canal Village, which is obviously the station over here on the Eastern Skyway. Although it's not as fun to go that route, it's a
That's
more
true.
efficient method of getting up there and going either direction.
Is this station Canal Village or Timber Hill?
Oh no, this is Canal Village. Timber Hill's a bit further along.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So this is the official
We'll have to make a path or something here.
route.
So this canyon is rather interesting as well. So this is obviously going to be part of the Great Orient Road. Obviously it's not very decorated at the moment, but it will be in the future. It's going to slowly slope upwards through there, and there'll be a bridge that connects the station.
So you get off on the train station or at the docks. You'd walk up this lovely path. This path up to the left goes to the train station and the continuation of the Orient Road, and also to houses at the top. But we're focusing down here first of all. Got the first main house. This is a number two on our one, two, and three scale of how expensive a house is. So this is sort of medium. We've got a nice sort of decoration down here. Got an ender pearl. It's just a bunch of random
Look, some
stuff to make it look
shelves.
quite nice.
You
Yeah,
need places
and
to work. Sofa
up
over
here's the
here.
bedroom as well, and we're sort of keeping a style throughout the house. To we've got the mossy cobblestone and oak wood feel of a regular plains village,
Exactly, and each
but
house is also
we
themed
make it our own.
after a certain color, which just mainly comes down to the rugs and the bed color. So you'll see that in the other houses as well.
Mm. Down here, we've got obviously a view of the docks and the train station over there.
Of course.
And then through here, we've got the fishing house.
So this is
It's
quite a small
styled
house,
after.
quite cozy. Sort of galley
Yeah,
kitchen through here.
I think this is a number one on the scale,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
it's quite
sure.
more cheap, but it has got a little cozy attic where you can sleep up there, and nice views out when you're working in the kitchen here. You can see out into the bay, which is quite nice.
Mm. Now down here, we have a number two, I think, or still
No, I
number
think this is a
one.
number
I don't know
one.
what
It's
it
quite
is.
small.
All
There'll
right,
be
it's
slight
still a
variations.
fishing house.
One, two, and three are really just the general guidance. That, not all number ones is exactly the same price.
Exactly.
That's just how
So
it is.
this again is a fishing house. It's right next to the ocean. And up
Yellow
here, it's
theme.
styled after a yellow theme. Up here, you can see.
Yeah, it's
Very
quite nice
nice.
up here. Got a seat, rug, a bit more space
Mm.
than the previous house.
Yeah. And then down here, we've got a little sinkhole. We could do some fishing at. But down here, I just grew some kelp. There's quite a bit of actually wildlife down here.
This
It's
place
just
is.
quite a nice hole.
Yeah, it's actually what you don't realise is this entire bit of land is just sort of overhang.
It's all floating, isn't it?
But it's a really
All
nice. I
right.
really like what Chris has done with this part. It's sort of just a little decoration. We're planning to keep this sort of style throughout the village because it just makes it all look a lot more interesting than just the basic paths.
Mm. Right, up here we have the second level, so you start to see more twos and threes up here.
Yeah.
So this is a two, got more expensive materials. This isn't fully done. I've just rushed this. We've got our bed. So my bed style is I put the bed into the floor, and we've got a little rug going over it, so it looks quite nice when it's
Quite
turning
cozy.
night. I think it's turning night soon, actually. So if we just put a time lapse on this, we'll wait for the sun to go down, to just stand at the window, and just wait for it to go down, turn night, and I'll show you how it looks. Alright, this is how the bed looks with the rug.
Look at that. It looks very cozy in there.
Right, upstairs in here, we've got a little outdoors barbecue section. It's looking
Lovely, jubbly. I
quite
like the way it's
plush.
slightly raised down a level so you're not quite in the wind as much because it can be very windy this bay as the wind is funneled through the
That's what I'm
cliffs.
saying. Especially because we're next to the cliffs and the ocean.
Exactly.
Right, hop down,
How did you just jump over that?
jump on the flower pot. Right, we go across this lovely bridge, which isn't actually as beaten as the path. We come to
No.
my trio of houses. You can see these are all quite similar. Each of them are pretty much the same interior. We've got paintings. We've got another rug,
Bed, rug.
another bed. This has got a blue blanket, so it's nice. And up here we've got a nice sort of
Bed.
experimentation area, another bed,
I like
storage.
little attics on houses, quite cozy.
Yeah. All right, and then the second house is just another thing. It's got bunk beds, this one, so there should be a bed upstairs. It's quite barren up here, actually. I should probably
Yeah, it's quite barren.
put some stuff down. Um, this is like a little another probably one house, I think, just because it is
Yeah, we can live in
overlooking the whole canal. It looks quite nice. And then this is a very expensive house over here. This is a high two, I'd say. Got the
Yeah,
two doors, got a
it's
big
quite a
painting.
pricey one.
Yeah, it's like a.
So I think
And
personally, when
upstairs,
I first went in this house, what I thought was really cool was that you come in here and it's already quite spacious because it's quite a lot of room, but then you come upstairs and there's just suddenly a lot more
this.
room.
Yeah, because this house is kind of like a mushroom. It's got like a massive head. So you got a lot more space up here. This is kind of like a vomit of carpet up here. Got seating area. You got double bed with See
Exactly, and this house
pots
does
and
actually have nice
lighting.
views, although the bars do
And
kind of block it a little bit. You can still
we've got
see, you can still
a
see
lovely
quite a bit.
third floor. Lovely third floor up here as well.
Yes, there is this very high up here.
Mm.
This is
So
quite
there
nice. You
aren't
know
any
about it?
views up here, unfortunately,
Alas,
but
no. But you
who
can see
cares?
what's quite nice about this bedroom is because it's further along. You can see these mountains at the end of the bay over there, which is quite beneficial.
That's true. All right, let's go to the bottom down here.
All right,
Right,
so
now coming back down this path,
I'll show
we've
you
got
guys this area here. So these are just gonna be ones because all the houses are quite low down. The interiors have not been done yet, but these are gonna maintain the similar style. They're gonna have oak on the sides. This house is gonna be very cheap because it's basically quite tucked away, and the views aren't great because it's getting blocked by this house. You can only really see down the bay there. So it's a little bit lacking these houses because they are just supposed to be quite cheap, but it does just fill out this area, and that's just how that
mm,
works.
over here. It's gonna be a three. It's gonna be a really, really big house. It's gonna have views over here. We're gonna get rid of this massive pile of gravel, I
It
think,
actually might be a high too, to be fair. I might actually edit this.
and it'll overlook this massive
Actually,
area
we can
here.
make it a 3.
It
We can
looks
make it a
good.
3.
Right, now back up the path. We're gonna go upwards. So a trend here is the higher you get, the more expensive these houses get. This here, it's a two, even though it's a tiny, tiny little plot, because
The
you've got
views are
such good
better,
views over
of
here.
course. Yeah.
And then up here,
And
over here is our well. So it's down to
so
bedrock,
Chris made this
obviously.
a
We've got
very
water.
hazardous well.
It's not hazardous. You can't hurt yourself at all.
You see, it's very, very
And
far
then
down.
it automatically drains into this cauldron here. It's got water in there, so
Lovely, jubbly.
that's lovely. Walk up the staircase to the houses up here. These are level 3.5. Break out of the scale, why don't we? These are big
This
houses
is
that
a
have a
really
massive,
nice
massive view.
house. I mean, because it's quite grassy up here as well. So we're going to try and introduce more grass down here. But overall, it is still quite a stony area. So all these houses are going to be really nice. So like, this is obviously really big, lovely views out over the village and stuff. Up here we've got level 2.5. It's a little bit smaller, but just because it's high up, it just gets that high rating. And then another level 2.5 up here. So yeah, these are really nice houses up here. It's like the rich section of the village. And finally, I don't really know what level this was going to be. I'll say probably like a level 5. I mean, this house is massive.
Great, great. So, guys, there aren't three levels, there's five,
But yeah,
clearly.
this house is clearly massive and it's going to be really cool. And it's got like pride of place in the village. This area right here is going to be a park as to not disrupt the view of this house. It's going to have some like playground maybe. Not many trees, just sort of grasses and stuff. A meadow.
Behind here, we'll put the village farms, I think. We'll get
Yeah,
rid of
we'll
this
have some.
big
I think we'll
mountain
probably
up
try and
here.
involve some farms lower down in the village as well, just some like, aesthetic smaller farms. I think that'd probably
True,
be
true.
quite cool. And then this
It
house
could.
is realistically, it might just have a little garden out front here, like or maybe like a patio area. It's gonna be quite tall. It's gonna have a lot of rooms. Realistically, the by far the most expensive house in the village here. Anyway, right, so Chris is gonna get to work on one house. I'm gonna get to work on these ones right down here, and we'll get back to you guys when we made a little bit more progress on these builds. Adios.
Bye-bye.
Alright, hello. So I actually just had a bit of a predicament, so I recorded this section, but I accidentally had some music that was muted. I didn't realise it was playing in the background, but for some reason, even though it was muted on the computer, it was still in the recording. So to save you all from having like a bunch of background music where you can barely hear what's going on, I'm gonna just re-record this. But anyway, what it included, what the previous recording included, was just showing what the progress we made on this area. So first of all, you got Chris's began to work on this large house up here. I've made a lot more of these stairwells around the village, which I believe are quite nice. You know, you need easy methods of getting up and down the village. It's quite a varying altitude village. You know, there's a lot of steps that need to be built. But yeah, they're pretty nice. They're quite easy ways of getting here. And this is the new area, really. So you've got two houses. This one's a bit tucked away in the wall, so it's going to be pretty cheap. This one's going to be more expensive, but both of these are going to be pretty cheap because, in general, the lower houses, they have some quite nice views here and further down into this bay, which is adjacent to the main bay area. But once you get up to the higher houses all the way up here on the plots of land that have the better views, look at this much nicer view over the village, and especially when you get up to over there. So yeah, these houses are going to be pretty cheap, but it does not mean that they're not lovely houses on the interior and actually on the exterior. I quite like these houses here. So when you go in this one, you can see that we've got a nice little area here. We've got views out over there. We've got views here. We've got two sides with sea views. Little place to cook your meals here. Another ledge here. Some downstairs seating. You know, this is not very common in these houses, but downstairs seating is always nice. As you go up onto the top deck, alas, there is a big error with this house. Not so much an error, but a downfall, which is that there is no windows on the upper deck, which is a shame. It really is a shame. But there is beds. There's plenty of beds here. I'm not going to sleep because AOCXE2 is online, of course, AFKing the auto sorter. But yeah, I think this is really nice, like red house. Obviously, you've got red berries to match the theme, and it's overall just a pretty cozy house. Moving on to this one. This one has a pink theme, and I think that's pretty nice. I don't know if was the floor. Yeah, the floor was birch in that one as well. So you go in here, a couple of ledges again. There's a little bit more space. You know, it's not as narrow, this house. But alas, you do lack these views. Although you do get a nice big window over the bay. And there's one other benefit of this house, which is on the top deck. There is actually a window, although you do get a really fascinating view over absolutely nothing. Although it doesn't let in some natural light in the daytime, which is always nice. And on the top floor, of course, we have 1, 2, and 3 lovely pink beds. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with these houses. I've got pretty quick at doing the interiors and indeed the exteriors. We can see this is what they look like from the outside, and this area is a little bit tucked away, but there's going to be a nice little docks here. I think I did put a sign when I was planning out this village to put a docks area here. Might put some like storage barrels and stuff around here. Maybe a couple of small boats Chris can make there. I'm just beginning work on this house right now. So hopefully this house is a bit more expensive. Obviously it's a little bit higher up, and it's quite a big plot of land. So hopefully that house will turn out quite well. And further up here, you're gonna, as the ground becomes more grassy and the altitude increases, you're going to get these houses up here. These are quite pricey ones. Lovely views obviously on these, quite big plots of land. So yeah, it's all looking good. We've made a lot of progress so far, and I will continue recording again when we've made even more progress. But for now, adios. Right, it is currently 2 days after the last recording, but I did make some progress. This will be the final part of the episode, so I just want to show you guys what I've done right here. So first of all, we'll go to this house first of all. So this is a nice little house here. This is quite similar to a lot of the other ones. Quite nice views out here. Up here we've got a little orange themed top bedroom. Quite a nice high ceiling up here as well. That's basically all of this one. I've also improved a lot of the paths around here. So then we come down here, and we've also got this house. So this is quite a large one. It's quite long. If you go in here, you've got a downstairs seating area, so very fancy, of course. A couple of shelves, nice views, lots of windows on this floor. And we go up the floor. We got a really spacious upstairs with 4 beds, and out the window you got lovely views there. And of course, it's nice to have a window on the top floor. So that's essentially all it is with these houses. I don't want to go too much in detail because they're quite similar to a lot of the other houses. But that's probably going to wrap it up for this episode. We made quite a lot of good progress on it. You can see that Chris has made some improvements. If I just head up here, he's also made some improvements, some more progress on this mansion right here. So Canal Village is coming along very well. We'll probably do another episode in future to wrap this up, or we'll just finish it off camera and show you guys when it's done. But for now, that'll be all, and we plan to continue on the Great Orient Road in the future. But yeah, this first section, even though it's only been a very short section, has taken a very long time to complete. So hopefully we pick up the pace at some point, but keeping the details high. Anyway, I will see you in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed. Glad you stayed till the end. Adios.